Hey everyone, Corbin here from Silver Screen Guide, and I wanted to give you a couple quick thoughts over the recently released trailer of Alien Covenant, which is the sequel to Prometheus, which was also directed by Ridley Scott, which is a part of the Alien franchise. This is the sixth film in the franchise, and this is Ridley Scott's third film directing. He did Alien, and then Prometheus, and now Alien Covenant. Originally titled Alien Paradise Lost. But I was really surprised to see Christmas Eve, Fox released the teaser trailer, which was pretty exciting. It showed the facehugger and some really cool sort of graphics. And then on Christmas Day, they released the official trailer for the film. It's a full trailer. It's somewhat of a teaser. You really don't know the actual plot line except for just a few loose elements to what it is. And I was surprised to see, I believe Fox has only released a red band version of the trailer, which I'm pretty sure they're trying to show audiences that it's going back to more of that horror style of the original Alien film, and then we also see lots of action in the trailer, which is reminiscent of James Cameron's Alien. So it seems kind of a really nice blend of both. Prometheus was rated R, but it was a very, very soft R. From the trailer, this is a hard R, because this was a very hardcore, intense trailer. I was shocked at some of the things that I saw in this red band trailer. Just taking it step by step, though, I was surprised with the camera work at first, because I thought, whoa, we really haven't seen this kind of handheld shaky cam in an Alien movie before. And then it immediately made me think of the very first Alien film, towards the end when Ripley is running away, and there is some of that handheld shaky camera. So yeah, it's kind of reminiscent of that, actually, when you think about it. I just feel like we haven't seen that in a while. Because in Prometheus, we got some of it, but it just felt a little more clean and fluid with the camera work. And I was shocked to see a backbuster instead of a chest burster. I'm calling it a backbuster. So it looked like a backbuster was coming out of the back. It was pretty gruesome. So that'll be really interesting to see what they do with that, because xenomorphs always come from the chest, not from the back. But and I also really love the look of this film, and it does seem kind of like a blend of. It looks a lot like Prometheus, and I love Prometheus. I believe it was nominated for an Oscar. Sadly, it didn't win, even though I feel like it definitely should have. There's a 3.5 documentary on Prometheus showing just how much visual effects went into the making of that film, and how much practical effects were used with that. It's really impressive documentary. It's well worth the watch. So this does have a really strong look of Prometheus, which I'm glad about, because Prometheus looks gorgeous, and at the same time it also looks like Alien in a way, as I just talked about with some of the camera work and some of the things they do. We also see David, and he looks remade. At the end of Prometheus, David was just a head. His body was taken off. I don't remember whether they dragged his body back. I think they might have dragged his body back, put it back together. We don't see Noomi Rapace. I don't know how to pronounce her name. We don't see her in this trailer. We know she will be in this film in some sort of capacity. David actually looks like an important part to this trailer. So I don't know what capacity he'll be in, but we'll see. And when we also see the stuff going to the guy's ear, it makes me think of David put it in the glass, and the guy drank the glass and became the creature. So in this, it's going into his ear and it's infecting them. The environment seems hostile, even more so than in Prometheus. We also see Catherine Waterston from Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them recently. She reminds me a lot of Ripley, with the short hair and especially with the tank top. It just seems very reminiscent of Ripley, especially in Aliens, because there's a photo. It's not in the trailer as far as I saw, but there is a still photo of her with a gun, and that's very reminiscent of Ripley running around in Aliens with the gun. The only thing that does seem different is Katherine Waterston's character seems more emotional, whereas Ripley didn't feel as emotional in at least Alien and maybe the second one also. She just seemed a lot more collected, whereas Katherine Waterston seems more flustered and concerned about certain things. Also, with this trailer, I don't have that cold feeling that I still have with the first Alien film. Everything is very icy and still, and the tagline, "No, in space, no one can hear you scream." I feel like there's a divergence from that, which is fine because this should be its own thing. And it's also different because of the forest landscape, which we've never seen in an Alien film before. It's been always very sterile and derelict with those ships, and we do see that that ship, also the same ship that we saw in Alien and in Prometheus. And well, it's not the same ship in both of those films, but it's the same kind of ship, and we see that in this film also, in a forest, which seems really strange with all this rain and everything. I'm really intrigued to see where they go with it. We also get the facehugger, which is very exciting to see the facehugger return. That is a staple of the Alien franchise. It just has that really big cocoon and carrier and nest like in Alien. They're very large, and we also see David in the background during the trailer, which seems like he understands what the facehugger is, and he's letting the captain latch onto its face, just like he purposely let the virus infect the man in Prometheus. We also get another awesome explosion, so I'm really excited to see that explosion looked great. That shows me we're going to get some really big, intensive action sequences. And there's also a cloaked figure walking. It looks like maybe a flare is illuminating him. Seems really odd. I wonder if that's David or who that could be. But there's a lot of mystery surrounding this trailer. As I said, it's a full-fledged trailer, yet it still is very much of a teaser trailer. I was surprised to see that the trailer ended with a shower sex scene, because we have never gotten a sex scene in any of the Alien films. We've gotten Sigourney Weaver in some skimpy outfits, and but otherwise, there's never been a sex scene before, and it just, I don't know, there never feels time to have those really intimate moments. In Prometheus, there was an alluded to sexual scene, but it was cut away, and it came back after the fact. There was no nudity, there was no actual any sort of that kind. This looks like whether we will get nudity, whether how long, or maybe that's all that we saw in the trailer is all that we're going to get in the movie. I don't know. It's very surprising to see that. What it's just telling me also is it's going into very hard R territory, since Prometheus was a very soft R and could have easily passed for a PG-13 if they would have just cut back on a couple things. But I loved it when the xenomorph comes back, and what more like creepy vibe do you get than like being caught like unclothed, exposed, naked, in the act of something very intimate, when that horrible looking creature comes and she just gets all that blood thrown on her. Whoa. I watched the trailer Christmas Day with my dad, and we both had our jaws dropped, and we were shocked. We were, whoa, this is crazy. So I'm very excited. It's a very hard-edged trailer, which tells me it's going to be a very hard-edged return to the series. And I'm honestly hoping maybe we see the Alien Queen again. The Alien Queen was a really big highlight of Aliens, and I enjoyed her in the capacity of AVP. I was really Alien Resurrection, which is not a good film. I have yet to come to like that film. The Queen Alien was disappointingly used in that, and it produced a very odd creature. I don't want to see that kind of creature in this. I do want to see new creatures in Alien Covenant. So, and we saw a hybrid man creature in the other one. We saw the engineers. My predictions are we will see the engineers again, and also, I feel like we might see some humans again, some more like zombie-esque humans like we saw in Prometheus. I kind of hope we don't, because I would prefer more creatures and something much more frightening and in line with that alien feel. I'm so glad we're getting the xenomorphs back, because that was missed in Prometheus. I understand why it wasn't in there. We got the, is it the beacon or the deacon, whatever it's called, that was in the very end, which is kind of like a different type of xenomorph. So I'm really hoping we get a queen alien, we get some really awesome creatures. I'm also really hoping we get more answers, because Prometheus left me with a lot of questions, as it did with pretty much everyone else. If you do check out the Blu-ray, the 4-disc collector's edition, which I highly recommend, you will get more in-depth into the universe, and you will get more things you previously didn't. But you still really don't get those hard-hitting answers that the film brought up. And I don't think we're going to get every answer in this film. I think we're going to get a lot, but not every answer. But I am really excited to see where this goes, and especially now that Fox moved it up for a summer release, it's going to be an awesome summer blockbuster. I can't wait to see it. I will definitely be reviewing this film, so definitely come back to the channel. Go to silverscreenguide.wordpress.com for more great reviews. Follow our podcast on Podbean and iTunes. Make sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter, so you can stay up to date on more alien news, because as more comes out, I'm a guy that doesn't like to know everything. I like to go in, I like to watch a trailer or two and maybe know a couple things, but I pretty much like to go in blind to the movie. So it's a really fresh, exciting experience, because trailers, especially nowadays, ruin things. So I will be kind of keeping track of this movie, and I'll definitely be reviewing it. So come back in a couple months. I can't wait to see what they do with this film. Thanks for watching. Until next time.